I talk about in the Mind Manual, and I talk about it a lot actually when I visit schools and universities, and I've had great feedback from this. And it's a great way to work out what normal is for people, around you, and also get you to reflect on your own normal. And it's called the traffic light theory. Okay. So say we're sat here now, we've got croissants here, we could be having a lovely lunch together, we could have our children around the table, and we'd go around and we'd say red, amber, or green, how you're feeling today. Red being bad, you get the idea. Now, if I said that I was amber every day and I wasn't quite feeling great, but I wasn't terrible, and I was able just to articulate a few reasons why, like maybe every day the similar stress or pressure I was facing, maybe I just can't get quite on top of my sleep. It allows you, and as that person, to learn about why they might feel a certain way. It also allows the people around you to learn what's normal for them. But then all of a sudden, if this person that was maybe green a lot of the time suddenly becomes red, maybe 3 or 4 days in a row, it makes you go, well, hang on, what's happened? Something's happened here that's changed. And the great thing is about going around in a circle around the table and using this is that you all learn from each other as to what things actually make up good mental health versus what might drag your mental health down. And so I think it's a really powerful tool to use to learn about your own normal and other people's normals. And that's why, a lot of this stuff, how long does it take to sit around a dinner table and do that traffic light theory? A few moments. Yeah. It was actually used in the pandemic by a lot of intensive care nurses. I believe one of the ones I heard was UCL, and they were using it at the start and end of their handover shifts to basically identify nurses that were struggling, that were burnt out, so that senior management and senior matrons could focus their support on those that were saying, I'm red, I've been working 5 days in a row, I'm knackered, and so on. And it allows that early identification. I think that's one of the biggest things when we go back to why is mental health viewed badly? Why do we have such high suicide rates, particularly amongst men? It's because I think in certain subsections of society, we're not that great at recognizing our own struggles and acting upon them or the struggles of others. And when you talk about men's mental health, why are men up to 10 times more likely to take their own life than a woman? Well, is that because of their genetics? Is it the testosterone level? Men and women are actually incredibly similar. There are slight variations in our makeup. When you look at the grand scheme of it, we're actually incredibly similar. There are slight differences. Most of the theory around why it's so much higher in men comes from the way that we've brought men up to be. If you've grown up with man up, grow some balls, don't be a girl, and all these kind of harmful things, is it a surprise that when we've been teaching men to be tough and speaking and sharing is emasculating, when they're at the point of their weakness, how are they going to do what's most unnatural to them and for them? So it's so important that we do these things and we embed these kind of techniques into family and into the family dynamic, because it teaches us it teaches us our own normal. It means that we can talk about things when things are abnormal. It's like in the hospital, isn't it? The most dangerous scenario is when you've got a team that isn't communicating to each other, when someone is aware of something and there's a patient they're worried about, but they're afraid to talk out. And it's very similar in mental health in a way. Just keep quiet. And eventually this problem becomes so big, it spills over. You've got a cardiac arrest on the ward, and everyone goes, yeah, but the sodium's been this high for 3 days. Why didn't you say anything? Because you were stressed and because the feedback. I've done so many talks, and I've visited schools from Scotland all the way up to the north coast of Scotland, down to the south coast of this country, Ireland, Wales, everywhere, universities as well. And it's been one of the most popular things that I've suggested for families, workplaces, small teams. It's great. It works so well.
Hey friends, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this clip, then click here for the full unedited episode. And if you like that, then do please consider subscribing to the channel. It means a lot. Thank you so much and have a great day. Bye-bye.